Welcome, Avery.
Hi.
Hi. So nice to see you again after our meeting in Chicago at Legion's, where I
Yes.
absolutely abducted you, and I was like, I can see that you're gonna need somebody fun to hang out with.
You definitely did. You abducted me from Tyler Heath. Yes.
Okay. So please tell everybody about who you are and what you do. Oh, we need
Sure.
sign as well, favorite crystal, all the things.
Yes. Let's see. My name is Avery. I'm a Sagittarius sun, an Aquarius moon, and a Gemini rising. Let's see. I am an opera singer. That's what I studied in school and got my master's in. I teach voice privately. I love everything about vocal pedagogy and the production of the voice in a healthy way. And what I have found is that the bel canto technique, which I was taught, transfers over into everything I could possibly want to sing or do. And I sing all sorts of genres. Favorite crystal? Ooh.
First
Um,
question. Very important.
I do like Chalcedony, that like beautiful light blue. Very calming, but I like Howlite too. It's just such a cool like.
Oh my God, I gotta look that up. I don't know how.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's a really pretty white with kind of black veining through it. It's gorgeous. I would say that's my favorite crystal, yes.
Okay, I'm pulling up a picture for all the people
All the
also.
folks, yes.
All the people, all the folks in the video. Oh, there we go. Like this.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. Highlight's really pretty.
Very
Yeah.
pretty, very blocky. I
Mm.
bet Chicago has a great minerals section in their
They
natural history
do.
museum.
They do. And there used to be this phenomenal rock and crystal shop called On the Rocks. Hee hee.
Mm,
Um, very close to me. And they just closed down recently.
rats.
I know.
There was a place close to me called Rocky Crystals, and
Uh-huh.
they also closed
Why?
because of the economy. Um, we can't talk about it. Or Timu, like sells
Fucking
or
demon.
something. Somebody went on like a haul, fast
Yep.
fashion crystal lovers. They're
Mm-mm.
probably like tofu drag. Anyway, yeah, so but you sing and teach opera, but you do something else.
I do. I'm in a band called Silk Parlor. We're very new. We are fledgling. We're still even kind of. This is the fun thing about music. You just sometimes experiment and put things out there and see what sticks, and that's kind of what we're doing right now. We have it's myself and four other dudes, and the keyboardist Joey is the other songwriter, so he and I write the songs. We do write differently, so he definitely writes a little bit more funky, disco-y, poppy. I'm pretty firmly riot girl punk kind of a vibe. So we're trying to marry the two right now. We're trying to get this
Mhm.
funky punk baby. And there's definitely rock throughout. Like between the two of us, there's definitely rock, which is the
Yeah.
kind of common denominator. So we're in this cool phase of like figuring out what works and what slaps and what sticks and what the audience reacts to. And we are mastering an album and working on that right now. So
Oh wow, already on mastering. That is very fast. And
yes.
um the what this is making me think of is Paramore's like maybe like third or fourth album when they started to introduce like a little bit of reggae.
Which I love. Yeah,
There
which
we
I
go.
love.
Yeah,
Yeah,
rock,
yeah.
riot girl, funky punk.
Let's go.
Um
Yeah.
and yeah, and I have noticed in these interviews, this one is in the 80s, but there's actually over 90 women that
Mhm.
have been interviewed. Uh, the women are very innovative when it comes to genre blending. Most women do not start bands trying to sound like rigidly in one genre.
I yes, which I think is so cool, and it's just great for my creativity too, and it just mirrors my path a lot too. Because I love opera. I'll still go. I'll still sing. I've got a salon series concert coming up too on October 5th, which is more like there's a Carmen aria in it and a bunch of musical
Mm.
theater, but jazz standards. Um, and so for the longest time, I don't know, and I grew up singing gospel, and I really tried to like make opera work and happen, but I just it never hit for me in the same way that getting up and sometimes screaming into a mic and just raging and going crazy does it, like, ever. Or even when I get to kind of pop off and do gospel, which is, yeah, the stuffiness of opera, man. I don't know. It kind of just wasn't ever really for me. Never quite came together easily like this does. So,
Oh, that's really interesting perspective. I think that there's only been one other rock goddess that I've had on the show who had a background in opera. I mean,
oh,
there are
cool.
people who like practice a little bit. I think I dropped you in a chat with her right after I interviewed
You
her.
did with Jade? Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
Jade, that's right,
Hmm.
that's right. You and Jade also have like a similar vibe, I think.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Probably
She
got
seems.
mermaid hair. Probably was doing it.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, she is on a roll. She's super cool. So, when did you first realize that you loved rock music and you wanted to create more of it?
Ooh, I have a feeling I'm gonna be pretty similar to a lot of the other ladies, but it's my dad. Like the car rides. The My dad is a huge Queen fan, Rush fan, Boston fan. Loves Elton John. He loves Electric Light Orchestra too. So I feel
Mm,
like they and Queen, so that kind of operatic sound was there for
yeah.
me as a young kid. Squeeze, oh my god, like I loved them, and then that led me to Coven, and my dad didn't quite listen so much to metal as much, but it helped propel me towards these other genres. So definitely just good old dad putting on some good music.
Nice. Yeah. Well, that actually was a complete and perfect answer. You told me exactly which bands and in the car and everything. So, if your music were a movie soundtrack, what would the movie be about?
Ooh, ooh, juicy. What would it be about? Well, so if it were some of Joey's songs, it would probably be some kind of like sexy 70s disco, maybe a little crime in there.
Ooh, Grammy
Like
Disco. Mm.
yeah. My stuff though, I so my music is and Joey also writes about personal experiences, and his lyrics have a lot to say. Um some of my songs recently have been about a really traumatic thing that happened to me, and kind of pretty recently talks more just about like just the culture around um trigger warning, like sexual violence and things like that in general.
Mm.
Um so for me, if some of my most recent songs were a movie, it would be giving, like, I don't know, early 2000s, like maybe almost even a little Jennifer's Body-ish, something kind of like that. There's the anger, the screaming, the just putting it out there pretty
Mhm.
starkly. So
Um,
um
okay, so Grammy Disco, Jennifer's Body, and I
mhm.
have an idea for who your lead actress should be for this
Yeah,
because I think she would really fit well.
tell me.
Pamela Anderson.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay, all right. I didn't want to like put anything in your mouth, but because I don't know if you know her story, but you know, I'll just say like
Yeah,
it's relatable.
it
So,
is. It
well, I
is.
mean not
Yeah.
like deeply relatable, but like to an extent. I mean, I don't have that.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. Yeah.
that
No, and
up.
she's an
She's pretty big
incredible.
up for the role.
Yeah, exactly. No, she's an incredible person. Like, just yeah, I admire her a lot. Just what she's done with what she's been through, and like just who she is in the culture. It's that's she's an icon for sure.
Plus, like Pamela Anderson in a 1970s grimy disco, like
Oh my god.
screaming revenge movie, like Jennifer Body sounds really
So cool.
good.
So cool. Yeah, I'd watch it.
With your music soundtrack and everything? Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. If you could collect any 3 pieces of rock memorabilia of all time, what would you like to have?
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I think I'm a huge Freddie Mercury fan. So I think maybe his wristband at the Live Aid,
Okay.
or armband, that he wore at the Live Aid concert. iconic. I
Mhm.
think any skull or chandelier held or candelabra held by Jinx Dawson.
Mhm.
Um, I'll take either one, and she had many. And then this is more my I guess punk side coming out just a bit. I mean, he's Elliott Smith has this famous T-shirt he wore in a lot of photos that says "I love metal" and the heart is broken.
Mm.
I man that T-shirt, yeah, yeah, I think that T-shirt.
Um, Jinx, she lived in LA for a while, but I'm pretty sure that um Coven was like more founded in Chicago, and then
It was,
and now I think she's in Indiana. She like moved to Indiana again because
so
she's like
come
from the Midwest. She's a Midwest girl.
drive over there, be like, "Hey, girl, what's
Hey
up?"
man, I'll go with you.
Yeah.
Mm,
Oh my
Jinx.
God. Yes. Yes. Come out. Fly out to Chicago, and we'll go see Jinx. Oh my God.
Okay,
Okay.
anytime.
Great.
Actually, yeah, I should just fly out to Chicago and hang
You
out
should. Yeah.
regardless.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna come in October for spooky season. Wait,
Great.
didn't you just go to Salem or something?
I did. I was just in Salem. It was amazing. The vibes, the energy. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Let me tell you.
I've heard that it's like much better to go to Salem a little off season.
Yes, I went in early August. So, and my friends whom I went with, they definitely said I made the right choice. They were like, "We love you, but we would not have gone with you in late September or October." So, hmm hmm
Oh yeah, I wonder if it's like okay in November. I mean, up there it's got to get pretty cold in November.
yeah, I would imagine so. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you made the right choice. Okay,
Mhm.
so we're gonna have a really fun time. We'll have to film it when we go like stalk and break into Jinx's house.
Yes, like hello.
Um, so we can get a candelabra and a skull.
Absolutely. Oh
She'll be
God,
like,
yes.
I was expecting you.
I know. She's like, I knew you were coming.
Um, if you could pick bands for the lineup of a dream festival, any size festival of your choosing, who would you choose and where would the fest take place?
Oh man.
Mm.
Oh, cool. Oh, interesting question. You know what? I think I would love to be somewhere in the Netherlands or maybe Finland or something like that. That would be such a sick fest. It, for some, I don't know, that's where my mind, granted, there's so many cool places. Lineup wise, yeah, okay. I've been very into this band Babe Haven recently. the those girls are incredible. Oh my God, Babe Haven. There is a local band here. I think I even mentioned them to you when we met at Legion. They just played Lala. They're just blowing up. I think they're so rad. Scarlett D'Amour, they're phenomenal.
Mm.
Um, I also see these are all my like angry screaming girls, and I love it so much.
Scream for me, angry girls.
Literally,
Scream for
please,
me.
please, I thrive on it. I'm gonna throw Romstein in there. That's I'm gonna because like oh my God, because come on. Um
They will bring all of the like fire cannon, everything that
yes.
will be so
Yes.
nice and they'll let everybody use all their cool special effects.
Oh, they're cool things. I know. Um oh, there's another kind of smaller band. They're similar to Babe Haven. They're called Die Spitz. Um the energy these girls bring crazy. Yeah, I would say that's maybe so far who I'm thinking for a general lineup. So
Love it, love it. I'll check out Die Spitz and Scarlet
yes.
D'Amour and Babe Hammer Haven.
Yeah. Yes, Big Haven. Yep.
Just rolls right off the tongue. And so a deeper question,
Mhm.
looking back, what was a big decision you made that turned out to be a great choice?
Ooh, man. Oh, so many. There are many to choose from. I would say
A
probably
few.
the
We're
most recent. Yeah, we can do a few. Um, One of them was probably moving to Chicago for sure. I had grown up in nothing but small towns. little small southern towns my whole life, and I had visited both the east and west coasts, and I liked them, but and I knew I wanted to get out of a small city, but yeah, there was something about Chicago and its grittiness and its vibe, and I just said, F it. I am gonna go to grad school there and I'm gonna live there, and I've lived here since 2015.
Mhm.
And I wasn't too sure what to expect. Didn't quite know if I could, after grad school, afford to live here and stay and put down roots, but I've done it and it's been great. And so many good things have come to me as a result of that. One of the more recent kind of big decisions I decided to do was join a 12-step program.
Oh.
It may not be the one folks are thinking of, but it is a 12-step program. I'll just keep it anonymous for the time being, but
Mhm.
um, I was unsure for quite some time, and I knew I needed some guidance and help and support. And I had had this big spiritual void for quite some time. Just we love good old, Texas religious trauma, but
Mm.
um, that has brought so much positivity and love and support and unlearning and healthiness
Mm.
into my life that I think it was a pretty I made the decision out of desperation, like I had just been so defeated by this thing I went through,
Mhm.
and it was the best thing I ever could have done. So,
Oh, thank you for sharing that. This question
yeah.
always brings out these really important things for the community of women that are like
Mhm.
working in the power of unity. And
Yeah.
like, this is the kind of stuff that's good for everybody because it's like, people's answers are sometimes things like, "I went to therapy for my stage fright," because
Yeah.
everybody was, like, expecting me to take it further, and, like, I
Mhm.
hated going on the stage, and so I had to go to therapy for it, and, like,
Yeah.
like, the realness of, like, the therapy helped, and I'm still scared.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
and then a lot of people talk about when they decided to quit drinking. For example, like, there was a guest who said that she was on the highway after a night of drinking, and sh
Mhm.
drinking gave her anxiety the next day, and she was having an anxiety attack in the car, and
Mhm.
she almost crashed.
Oh my
And
god.
s
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's, like, I think so helpful to show each other the moment when you're like, "Well, shit."
Yeah, no, seriously, and for me, um, it was my codependency, my attachment wounds, my, and it's funny because anyone who knows me will go, "You're the least codependent person I know, you're so independent." What I learned codependency is it's not, "Oh, I can't live without someone, I'm gonna die." It's disconnection from self.
Mm,
I was putting myself in situations with partners, loved ones, whatever, who were pretty toxic and unavailable, and or just the signs were there that, like, this person isn't gonna match what
mhm,
you're looking for or help grow into that. And
mhm,
I went through a lot of really awful situations with my most recent partner, who's the person who sent me to, like, that's the reason I went to the program.
mhm,
um where looking back, I'm like, yeah, no, I didn't like how that made me feel, and that did cross a big boundary, and wow, that did take a significant toll on my mental, emotional health, whatever. But I was so disconnected from self, I couldn't
mhm,
even begin to check in about that. I was so focused on the other person, and so, man, I had already abandoned myself,
mm.
right? So I would pick folks that would abandon me in various ways. So,
Yeah, and
yeah.
it just like, if that's where your head is in that moment, because I
Mhm.
think especially, like, when you're a young girl and you first start dating, that's, like, almost the first way that girls date. They're just, like, seeking partnering because it's so washed over them in so many overwhelming
Yep.
layers.
Yep.
So when you're like that, that's, like, where you're growing out of. It's so
Mhm.
easy to be like, "Oh, I can put rose-colored glasses on and turn my head away from these things
Yep.
that are out of alignment with like what I really want, and you find yourself putting yourself in a position of servitude and all sorts of not very rock goddessy things.
Exactly.
Ew.
Exactly. And it's like now the focus is on myself in a way
Ick.
that's not, not narcissistic or not, but it's like, no, I have to be the one that truly cares for me and loves me.
Mm.
If I ever one day hope to find that from someone else.
Well,
And so
I
that's where I'm at right
you
now.
know, um, I picked like a different word for each year to be like
Hmm.
the theme. And a
Hmm.
couple years ago, I picked selfish. And
Yes.
I just was like full on, I'm putting myself first. Not in like a
Hmm.
way to harm others, but I am
Right.
going to make sure that like, when you get invited to go do something and then you're like, "Oh man, I'm too tired to do this."
Mhm.
So I just say, "Hey, sorry. I'm too tired to do this."
Yeah. Yeah.
And like even stuff like that I is like unlearning, I guess, instead of
Yeah.
constantly being the help towards others all the time, learning to like put yourself first, do more like listening to your body. Yes, selfish
Yep.
was a really good year. This year was visible and going
Oh,
well. We're
which you've
very
done
visible.
so great with. Oh my God. I'm like,
What I was like before the selfish year, it was I was such a little pansy. I really had to bitch it up.
yeah, girl,
Um,
and you have. I'm so inspired by just the way you put your creativity and yourself out there. I'm like inspiring. Oh my God.
Good. I hope that I make everybody feel like comfortable being um more, I guess, like selfish and visible because that's what I've been
Yeah.
working on. And
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't know if I picked my word for next year yet. I don't think I did. I usually try
Mm.
to pick it on my birthday, so I'll have to pick
Oh, I
one
love that. When's your birthday?
November 10th. Miss
Ooh.
Close.
Oh my God, mine's December 10th.
Oh my
Stop
gosh. Okay,
it.
so the hang will have to happen somewhere in between there, especially with my
Yes.
sudden change of plans.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, well, that's so great that you found like a way to take care of yourself and guidance through um yeah, just this method. That's really great of
Thank
you
you.
to share that as well.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So what is your favorite gear and your favorite stage wear? And gear, just because sometimes my singers don't have the rock goddess attitude about it. Gear can be gel insoles so that you can jump up and down without hurting your back. Gear can be the little sock that goes over a microphone. Gear is a lot of
Mhm.
things.
Well, many, many things.
Gear is mascara.
Yeah, I would say yeah, probably defo the makeup. Anything I get to do and create. I'm actually looking to buy a new microphone. I've got an opera friend who used to be in a band that did more this kind of music, and she was saying the Shure Beta 57 is the way to
Oh,
go.
I have heard great things about Shure betas, and I don't know about that exact number, but you know what?
But I'm thinking that's going to be on the purchase list here soon, and that might become my new favorite piece of gear. But yeah, let's see. I do have a few oh, man, my black docs. They have served me well for so long across so many different. I've even worn them in operatic performances before. My black docs. Let's see. Oh, fashion tape. Got man, like when you know.
Oh, that's a good one. Nobody said fashion tape yet.
Fashion tape, especially with these
That's
mother.
such a
Come on.
good, yeah, tape them melons.
Oh, the
Melon
fashion
tape.
tape. Mhm.
Okay, but the wireless Shure 87C, I also heard
Ooh,
is a real good one.
okay, wireless
So
short.
for
Okay,
wireless mics, if you're somebody that wants to twirl or do
I
like,
do. I love doing that.
very important to know that some wireless mics get glitchy with
Mm,
Wi-Fi and Bluetooth in some
okay,
venues, but I
okay,
was told that this wireless Shure 87C never has that problem.
okay. Good to know.
Aren't we
Ooh,
just little
yes.
gearhead fairies?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so I love us. All
I know.
right, so more for us. And then, is there a stage wear that you wanted to also mention? 'Cause surely the
Uh,
tape does not cover your stage wear.
no.
No.
I have a lot of just fun all black pieces. I did recently get this dress that is it's a sheer dress with a double split, right? So, ooh, which we love in the front, and it's got sparkly bats and moons all over it. Please. So I am obsessed with that. I've got another, so I have a lot of shorter dresses and I do a lot of jumping around, getting on the ground, whatever. So I have these gold like booty shorts
Mhm.
that have just they have been there for many a fit, many a my whole ass is about to be out moment. So that's a staple. That's a staple.
Okay, that is such a great, like, are they like lame?
No, they're oh my gosh, the brand is Mika. It's like a yoga wear brand.
Oh, even better.
Yeah. And they've got little ruching kind of ties on the side and they're gold. I
Um,
love them. Like love them.
okay, I love this, like, surprise style flashing moment under the skirt. I have another
Hmm.
friend who did this the short skirt and jumping thing, which is actually also like a Haley Williams,
Yes.
um,
Yes, we love her.
another person who does the jump in the short skirt. But I've never
Mhm.
seen anybody play it up where they wore a surprise style element underneath.
Listen, I do what I can. I do what I want, basically. So
Yeah, that is really good.
thank
Really
you.
good.
Yeah. They
I'm
uh they
like, oh
have
my
come
God,
and
you got to get something that says the name of the band on the butt or
oh,
something.
absolutely. We're still we've been told we need to get merch as we move forward, which we are working on. I would
Yeah.
love to get some Silk Parlor booty shorts. Oh my god, stop.
Yeah, I don't know how you feel about drop shipping, but that's what I do for my stuff because I like to make merch that is like not like t-shirts. Actually, we don't have any t-shirts, but
Uh,
we do have leggings,
oh, cool.
blankets, tote bags. I only wanted to make merch that I thought girls would want to have because like I can't I guess I have room for a couple more band shirts, but I maybe I don't either. And so kind of wanted to like see what other kind of merch we could come up with.
Right.
Um, so yeah, anyway, I use Society 6 for those kinds of things. And then,
Yeah.
then you just make the design and they take care of the payment and they take care of the shipping. And at
Hmm.
the end of the day, there's some stuff where I'm okay with making like $2 off of it instead of like $10 off of it because I'm not really trying to get rich off the merch, but I am also absolutely not trying to run to the post office like, several times a month to ship stuff. There's
Yeah.
gotta
No.
there's gotta be, a point that's like the medium,
Hmm.
right? Like one extreme is no merch, the other extreme is like having a stocked pile of merch that you're like always trying to get rid of. And
Yeah.
right in the middle is drop shipping.
Yes, that's a great. See, I'm learning so much. I think that's a really nice way to go about it.
Honestly, I'm looking for the middle road with most of this stuff. I think like
Mhm.
I also have these thoughts about like what touring is like for a lot of people where they're like, if you're not bleeding, you're not touring. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to do that. So, like, I
No,
would.
literally. It's funny you say that because it reminds me of oh my gosh, I have this when I was 19 and he was 26. He is unfortunately a very skilled tenor. But
Mhm.
he same kind of attitude, but on the operatic end of it, he said, opera has replaced my family and my religion. Like that's how dedicated you need to be to even attempt to make it. And I'm like, I just don't agree with that. I just think that that's silly. And just like I don't need to never shower and be bleeding on a tour. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Because I'm going to tour like a girl.
Yes.
And that means I'm going to be in a hotel. Like,
Yes.
honestly, I get my like travel for work in a fun way through. the art exhibits, and I
Mhm.
always stay in a nice hotel. I'm not gonna do
Yeah.
this couch surf, hostel, none of that. Like,
Mhm.
I have to budget for that.
Money.
That's
Mhm.
okay.
Yes. Yes, it is more than okay. Yes.
Yeah. So, all right, back to you. All right. When you hit the inevitable flaming hoop in the circus, such as a delayed launch of something or a canceled tour, recently
Mhm.
happened to one of my friends.
Oh,
They
rough.
got dropped from the Wasp tour.
No.
I know, very like late notice too, so they couldn't
Ugh.
like sort of put together their own, and
Pivot. Yeah.
they got like a
Uh,
pretty like weak explanation for why they were suddenly dropped. Those things happen. You
they
can
do.
be
They
so
do.
amazing and about to go on tour with Wasp, and you may get dropped. This is life.
Yep.
So, what helps you keep a positive mindset when such things pop up? Casual drop from a Wasp tour, as happens to you
Yes.
now. So,
When that happens to me. Yeah, I would say for now it is a lot of the tools I've learned in my program. It's a lot of um understanding that control makes me ill.
mm,
Needing to and constantly wanting to control things, it will make you so ill so fast. So it doesn't mean I won't have emotions, it doesn't mean I won't have reactions, and all of those things are valid. But if I can suddenly go, okay, all right, like what is in my control here? Because it's not a lot.
mhm,
And I've got choices as to how I can react. I've got choices as to how I can let this affect my mood or not or whatever. I would say, and a big tool in that, which a lot of folks have this tool either from therapy or wherever else, is just meditation, just going and like nature specifically for me. So taking a walk, being in nature, kind of literally touching grass, as they say. I know it's a
mhm,
colloquialism, but like sometimes you gotta just touch a damn tree, you
mhm,
know?
mhm. Oh,
So,
that's so true. It's very inspiring. This is a great day to hear this. And so
oh, I'm
I
glad.
the weather has finally cooled off here in
Uh-huh.
Philadelphia, and I am in love with roller skating along the river, and it seems I've been summoned,
You
summoned
have
to
been
my
summoned.
roller skates,
Yes,
especially
yes.
with this hairdo.
Oh my God, I know it's so cute. They'll just bob the whole time, please. Oh my God. But yeah, yeah, truly, just focusing on like what is in my control. How and that's the thing. Sometimes we think we don't have choices, right? Like, well, no,
Mm.
I have to react this way because of the emotions. The emotions will pass, and it's okay to feel them, but
Mm.
like they will pass because they always do. And then you can sit back and make a different choice if you want to. Like you do have choices. So,
You
um,
know, yeah, you're
yeah.
really making me think here about,
Oh, I'm glad.
yeah, I'm thinking about, the parts that you can't control,
Hmm.
can control how you react to them.
Right.
And like, is there a way for me to apply um that right now? Because I think my go-to is usually just like the stiff upper lip. The half I'm half British, and the British side does come out when I'm like faced with the
Hmm.
stuff, and it's very never complain, never explain, just
Hmm. Hmm.
and which is a control thing. And you're definitely stuffing it in when you do that, and you're not expressing
Hmm.
those emotions.
Yep. Yep. And it's those emotions will come up and they're okay and you can feel them. Actually, I encourage one to feel them. But they don't have to define you in the next hour or dictate how you react, right? Like it's two sides of the same coin, either, over expressing or making a decision or a reaction purely out of emotion. And then you have the like, I feel nothing. I'm unaffected. I don't care. I just got to keep pushing. No, I don't have time for this. Like, well, it's just going to sit with you then. Like, it's going to be in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Very, yeah, there we go. There's my journal thing. I woke up today and I was like, I don't have anything to journal about, so I guess I'll just skip it. Lies. So,
Yes.
sometimes those morning pages happen later. And
Sure. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yes.
So, what's a performance memory that you'll never forget?
Okay. Um, I certainly have some from my adult life, but this one has just it's always a story I tell. I will never right now. I can transport myself back. I can see it. I can be there. I remember the feelings. 7th grade. 7th grade Avery. I have always had a gift for singing, but it's wild now as those who know me as a 32-year-old. Young me, she was deathly frightened. She was so quiet. She was so shy. Oh my goodness. And we were having a talent show. And yeah, I grew up in Texas, so this was in Texas, and I loved, adored, still do, Faith Hill.
Oh,
And wanted to be her, was obsessed with her, and was obsessed with her 2002 album, Cry. Oh my God, it's still a banger.
I'm gonna listen to it while I go skating.
Uh-huh. Yep. And yeah, I think I was in choir in 6th grade, but I was very quiet. I was shy. I never tried out for solos. I didn't really sing out. I was so afraid to let people know that I could sing.
Mhm,
And I walked in to go audition for the little talent show, and I was the last person to go. And I opened my mouth, and everyone was like, "What the?
mhm.
Like, you've been able to just do that?" And I'm like, "Mm-hmm." And I sang "When the Lights Go Down" by Faith Hill. And they decided to put me in the talent show, and they made me be the last person to go. And I had the it was like the most 2002 thing ever. I had this goofy zigzag hairstyle,
Yes.
and I'm like a child, so I'm
I'm
wearing
ready
this
for
like
that zigzag. Get
little
that back around here. I'm ready for that to come back.
I had this little long sleeve blue shirt with snowflakes on it, and I had like flip flop kitten heels, please. Um,
Wow. Oh, wow. Did they
mhm.
have a rhinestone embellishment in the center of the toe thong?
I think they did. I'm pretty sure they did. I know. I please.
Wow, Nicole,
Um,
well, Paris Hilton's buddy, Nicole, what was it? Richie, right? Nicole Richie would
yes,
die for this.
yes, she
Anyway,
would.
please go on.
She
You
would
had
love
a
that.
wonderful zigzag rhyme.
We have. So I'm like, and again, I'm very shy. I am certainly not a popular kid in middle school. And I walked out onto that stage, everybody, cafeteria full, all my teachers, all my peers, bullies, everything looking at me. And I sang the crap out of that song, and I felt so incredible singing it. And everyone just like stood up and erupted when I was done, erupted into tears when I was done. And I just remember being like, "Oh my god. Oh my god." And it was so cool to be seen in that way. And most folks were really wonderful and complimentary afterwards. There were of course the 7th grade boys who were stupid and shitty because they always were, but
They never
I
grow
didn't
up.
even care. I was riding high. I didn't even care. I was so proud of myself, and just could show myself that like you can do this, because I had some stage fright too. I had some pretty decent stage fright, and you can do this, and you're good, and people want to hear you. And so I will never forget that.
Oh, that is
Mm-hmm.
so wonderful. I love that you actually included the soggy sour bullies.
Mm-hmm.
They still got to be in your story even if they were just you know,
Yeah, they had their little part. Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
whatever. Mm-hmm.
It really adds to the whole plot. Um they're just there for the plot.
Plot.
Um Great background.
Yeah.
So um after a long day of
Mm-hmm.
recording,
Mm-hmm.
practice, working out the kinks, dragging the
Yeah.
gear to the show, how do you most like to practice self-care?
Ooh, I love a good hot yoga class. Oh
Mm.
my gosh, if I could snag one of those the next morning or something. Um, a hot yoga class, and then I give myself a lot of vocal rest too. So um, I don't drink, but the program I'm in is Al Anon. It's not AA, which is the one where you don't drink. So I do still drink alcohol, but I don't at all before a show or during, just
Mhm,
because it is so dehydrating for the vocal cords. And not judging anyone that does do that. Like, let
mhm.
it rip, go for it. People can drink and sing and be fine. I personally just don't like to do it. And so usually after shows, I will limit alcohol intake, and I usually will just go home to go have like a tea with honey and kind of
Mhm.
take it easy and just be quiet and rest the cords and rest the body, and all of that floods us when we're performing. Um, and then yeah, if I can get in like a good hot yoga. Ooh.
Okay,
Hmm.
so we're gonna do hot yoga when I come out there, and
Yes.
you gotta take me to your favorite tea shop.
Oh my God. Absolutely.
Okay,
Yes.
'cause my favorite tea shop closed. It was called,
No.
Purple Sage, and I don't know what they were doing to the tea,
Mhm.
but
So
they
good.
would do this just surprises that you could never get in, like, mass-produced tea where
Yeah.
sh find those little, like, star-shaped sugar
Oh my God.
crystals,
So.
and they were, like, mixed into your tea,
Hmm.
like, 'cause she sold it all loose, and the flavors were just, like, Russian mocha chai and, like, all these, like, totally wild things, like, when if it was rose
Hmm.
garden, you were drinking a rose garden, and, of course, it had rose petals in it.
Obsessed. Hmm.
But it closed, and I looked online, and they closed that too, thanks, Amazon.
Thanks.
Um,
Hmm.
not even quality stuff.
I
But
know. I
anyway,
know.
whatever. I'm gonna go shop for tea in Chicago.
Yes. Come here. Come here. We'll get you some tea.
Just an excuse to go to Chicago.
Oh, sick.
Um, okay, do you have any new announcements for us?
Ooh, well, Silk Parlor, if you're in the Chicagoland area, does have a show, a Halloween show.
Ooh,
Not on Halloween proper, but it is on the 24th, which is a Thursday night at Brothers Sports Bar. Let's go. An active
Brothers?
bar.
Is that what it's called?
Brothers. Mm-hmm.
Brothers. Brothers.
Yeah, like a brother. Yeah,
Get it.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Already,
So
brother.
we're rocking at Brothers, and it'll be pretty cool. I'm going to be costumed
Ooh.
as an identifiable dead girl from a famous music video. So
Oh,
we hint. And it should be a good time. And we're looking to get some more shows in the works. So I think we are going to be out and about playing a decent amount. And the album will be releasing soon. I don't have an exact date,
oh,
but
nobody
that will
ever does.
be on Spotify relative, like I would say than less than 6 months, probably less than three, but I would say at the most 6 months. So.
Oh, give it lots and lots of grace because
Mhm.
that is one of those things that we cannot control because there's
Yes.
always
Hmm.
another flaming hoop to jump through. And um, is this an EP or a full length
Oh my goodness. You know what? That's a
song?
it might be a full. I think well, no, it might be more like an EP. I think we're not doing every single song we've written and worked on. I think it's going to be more like I think maybe
Okay.
five, four,
Okay,
five
yeah,
songs.
that's like
Hmm.
a little more than an EP, but
Yeah. Hmm.
okay, I'd say an EP, yeah.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
that's super exciting. I'm
Hmm.
excited to see what you choose for the art.
Yes.
Um, and where can everybody listen to your music right now and follow what you and your band are up to?
Yeah, so you can find us on Spotify. We are Silk Parlor. We've only got one song up at the moment, but go check it out. And you can find us on Instagram at Silk Parlor Band. And parlor is spelled Parlor, not the British way. So
Mhm.
you can find us there. Will have a Facebook at some point. We'll have a website, but those are currently in the works. So for now, check us out there and you'll see more of our live performances and other songs on the gram. So,
On the
mhm.
ground. Okay, time for us to play the vinyl game.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold up two pieces of vinyl and you'll pick one that you want to say something about or ask a question about. Barbara
Oh my
Streisand
God.
or Blondie?
Oh man, I ain't gonna do this to me, Blondie. I'm so obsessed with Debbie Harry. I want to be her so bad. Oh my God.
She's also releasing a new album. It's all recorded and everything.
I'm so obsessed with her. Forever obsessed with her. Oh my God.
Yes. She said that well, she's never been married.
Mhm.
And that's because she believes that marriage is how men trap women. Her words, not mine. And she also, she did Playboy. She
Mhm.
did Playboy Bunny early in her career, and in Australia, that's like, I guess, just really common knowledge or something.
Mhm.
I didn't know that until I got a lot older. But
So cool.
yeah, I love that for her. And she started, producing music with Blondie when she was in her 30s.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, she was like late. That's the thing, man. This whole like later. Who gives a shit? Like
Well,
I.
it's actually so. because this comes up all the time in this show because a lot of girls start later. The thing is, it's much safer
Hmm.
to start
Hmm.
later and not be in
Hmm.
the music industry when they are 18 years old
I,
because
yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
it's okay. It's okay that we skipped that. Um,
Yes, I'm actually thankful. Yeah, I'm kind of getting in now as a 32-year-old. I'm like, oh yes, I actually do have a head on my shoulders. Great.
yeah, it's like it's 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 good if we all skipped that chapter.
Yeah, I'm okay with
Um,
it.
and then the other thing is it's actually like uh super normal. Like
Mhm.
a lot of women's careers happen during their 30s and into their 40s. Like Tina Turner didn't
Right.
get her first Grammy until she was 44 and had four kids
I'm like, wow,
and
she, look at that
was
icon.
divorced. And
Yeah.
oh yeah, Pat Benatar wasn't in her early 20s. And oh, Jill Janis from Huntress, she was already
Hmm.
in her 30s at that time. Although she did have another band called Foxy Strut before that, but I'm not sure like all what all happened
Hmm.
that. And yeah, I mean like all the alcohol, drugs, late nights,
Right.
misogyny and everything
Hmm.
this in the rock scene
Yeah.
is um kind of a pain in the ass to deal with when you are in your 30s. And so like it's all right if you're not like 19 doing that. Gladys Knight or Stevie Nicks.
Oh man. Ooh, Stevie Nicks, because that's just a huge fashion icon. And Fleetwood Mac has just gotten me through so much in my life. My goodness, those songs are just crazy nostalgic for me. And Stevie, I mean, God, the
Mhm.
fashion, the woman, the lyrics, the everything.
The Bird.
I know.
And
Yeah.
um so she also didn't get married and she said that she realized that she was uh that her like purpose in this world was to write music
Mhm.
for angry, bored, desperate housewives instead of being one.
Let's go. I love
Pretty
her.
hardcore. And she's also really smart,
Yeah.
with her
Mhm.
money. She's, like, one of the most financially literate people in rock and roll, so
Oh,
she except
cool.
for, like, maybe, like, Sting, but
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
smart. But, after the first, Fleetwood Mac album came out, she took all her money and opened her own label,
That's good.
and she
Those two.
self-produced and released all her music on her label, so she just
Mhm.
became insanely rich because this album stayed in the charts for 4 years.
Wait.
4 years. She was that was recently beat somebody beat it, I think I know who. But, yeah, and,
Wild. We
her
love her.
yeah, her dad told her that she would never get married because no man would be able to, like, live in her shadow.
I mean, it's a big shadow. So. Mm-hmm.
I know, I'm like, "Wow. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
well. Oh, well." So, Joni Mitchell or Kate Bush?
Dang. Dang, that's hard because I love both of those ladies so much. I'm gonna say Joni because I just those songs have done so much for me, and I
Oh,
love how unafraid to use her voice about important things she was and still is. Man, the songwriting too. God, oh my God, her guitar. Oh, please, she's just insanely talented.
I don't think that a lot of people realize that her songs ended up being hit covers for other musicians too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Paid
Yeah.
paradise to put up a parking lot.
Yeah, and it's in that whatever the fucking like 2000s butt rock song it is. Like I,
Yeah, and then and then her song Carrie is one of my favorites, but she had a boyfriend that she got too wrapped up with and had his baby. He was a musician too. Don't know what his name was. And he made her put the baby up for adoption and she regretted it for the rest of her life.
oh my
And
God.
she was very young when it happened.
Huh.
So that like when you're listening to Joni's, especially if you ever have a day when you can listen to her whole discography, because her music is so autobiographical, it is the story of her life in real time.
That's wild.
And no, I know, spooky. And it's just like her songs have so much soul, but it's because
They
she
do.
really was, like, feeling so much.
Yeah, yep, I think that's why she always spoke to me too. And Kate Bush is so similar to me in that gosh, yeah. Joni's songs in particular have always spoken to me. And it's tricky, I'm a huge fan of like Elliott Smith, Fiona Apple, and I feel like all of those artists, they just put it's right there.
Mm,
And that
yeah.
really speaks to me. So
Yeah, the folk artists,
mhm,
like
mhm.
yeah, I was having an Alanis Morissette kind of morning.
Love.
Yeah, it's like, ugh, I love folk songwriters.
I do too. Mhm. I
Yeah,
do too.
like so Dolly Parton or Dusty Springfield?
Oh, oh God, these are so hard. Oh, it's so hard. I gotta go with my girl Dolly. I just I love you, Dusty, but oh man, Dolly. Yeah, that like talk about the, so insanely talented. No one like her, and also what I think one of her biggest achievements is just how good of a person she is,
Aw.
given all of the fame and power and success that she has.
Well,
She's
she
just an incredible person.
yeah, and, she also I feel like I'm being a little bit, like I'm, like, talking about, like, the, male accessories of these women a little bit too much, but
Mhm.
she did have a husband, no
Mhm.
kids, and
Yes, know that.
but, like, the details of their marriage have always been a little misty.
Mhm, mhm.
A little
Yep,
misty.
yep. Also, like, a financial freaking oh my god, like, businesswoman. Let's go.
Mhm. And then I just wanted to ask you, what nationality do you think that Dusty Springfield is? Because I just learned it this year.
Oh my god. I don't think American, if that's
Right? Like, since I asked that question, right? Like, it's like, "Oh, wait, she's not American. Where is
I've
she from?"
literally never is she some kinda Eastern European?
No, she's British.
Oh my god, I had no idea. I had no idea.
Well, perfect follow-up to that. 2 more
Mm.
British artists heavily influenced by African American music.
Oh, both of these ladies. It's Amy all day for me, though. She was so formative for me as a young person, and that god, that two women with insane voices, but I don't know, something Amy's is almost well, was, rest in peace, hypnotic. Like, I swear to God, I was, like, put under a spell anytime I heard her tracks.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I remember the first time I saw her music video for, "I Cheated Myself."
mm,
Song's
so
called,
good.
but,
Mhm.
I was, like, watching it, and I was like, "This girl's gonna be
Ye
huge."
Yep, yep.
On a flight recently, they had, a video of her live performance, during which she does progressively get drunk,
Mhm, mhm.
which is, like, kind of sad to watch, and then it's like, but if you were there and you didn't know that, like,
Right.
substances would be the death of her, then you would actually be kind of, like, amused by her sort of drinking with you in a way.
Sure, sure.
Didn't turn out so good, but,
No, but yeah, when like, but that's the thing too is, man, music is so inextricably linked in some way too with substances, you know? It's hard to 'cause yeah, I get it, like, it is cool when the person you're watching and rocking out with is, like, swinging a beer with you, and you're like, "Alright, cool," you know?
mhm, mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so sad.
but her live performance was, like, also enrapturing.
Oh, I bet, yeah, I've seen so many live videos of her, my god.
So, a fun fact about this Adele album is
Mhm.
that, um, vinyl was already clearly making a comeback when this was
Yeah.
being released. It's, like, now even hotter than ever. Well,
Mhm.
except for, like, when it first came out, and, so her label was like, "Okay, we're gonna get" I think it was, like, 200,000 copies of this. Maybe that's the number. It was hundreds
Mhm.
of thousands. We're gonna get hundreds of thousands of this album pressed, and we're gonna send it to places like American, um, I don't know, those kinds of stores, you know what I'm talking about?
Like an American Apparel or like a no shit. Go on.
Oh, whatever. There's like kind of
Yeah.
chain stores that sell records, whatever. And
Yes.
but not music stores. It's the clothing store that has
Oh,
the
like an Urban Outfitters.
that's what I'm talking about. They were like, we're
There it
gonna
is.
send them to
Mhm.
all the Urban Outfitters because they
Yeah.
have these like
Mhm.
vinyl racks now.
They do. Yeah.
So the thing is, there was no pressing factory
Hmm.
that was able to handle the capacity. So
Oh my
they
God.
just had them pressed at like several different facilities.
Uh-huh.
And it was like they had to find so many facilities that it was down to like the more underground ones that like
Oh, cool.
regular rock
Right.
bands use more. So nobody could get their vinyl pressed until Adele's vinyl was
We're,
completely finished.
oh my God, I did not know that. That's
Isn't
wild.
that so crazy?
That is wild.
Makes me like think that maybe like being in the vinyl pressing business is a great idea.
It's a good idea. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like if I get
Mhm.
if I sell some sort of hit album like Fleetwood Mac or
Yeah.
Dolly Parton, then I guess I'll use my money to open
You
up
know,
a vinyl pressing facility.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, okay. So thank you so much for your time today, Avery.
It was so nice to talk with you. I love this podcast or your channel, everything. It's not a podcast. My God, your channel.
Uh,
I've watched many of the videos and everyone is so dope and I learned cool stuff. So
aren't they? Everybody's so
mhm,
friendly and nice.
mhm.
I think it's really helpful for everyone to like see each other in a like laid back conversation instead of the like way that it feels when you're like about to go on stage or just got off stage and that's like
Yes.
not the greatest time to talk
Mhm,
and
mhm.
or even at the merch booth is like super chaotic.
It's hard. Yeah, yeah.
Like the
Mhm,
people being themselves.
mhm.
And I have had feedback from male viewers because this channel actually is mostly male viewers.
Uh,
The feedback was that it was humanizing.
I am so glad we could do that for them. Oh my God. Oh, all in a day's work.
Mm,
Damn it.
Happen to be human. Okay, so
Jesus Christ. Okay.
okay, well, I gotta go listen to Faith Hill.
Yes,
Um, have a
you do.
wonderful day.
You too. I'll see you when you come visit me.
Absolutely.
Bye.